With spring showers in the forecast, now's the best time to buy a new set of tires from Avery Tire Pros in Newland. From April 13th through May 10th, get a $70 reward card after submission when you buy any set of 4 new Michelin passenger or light truck tires. At Tire Pros, everything rotates around you. So get peace of mind and sunny skies by visiting your locally owned Avery Tire Pros in Newland or online at averytirepros.com.
Welcome to another edition of the Superintendent Spotlight on the Avery County Schools. With me today is Mr. Justin Carver.
How are
Justin?
you? Doing well.
Justin is the new principal of Cranberry Middle School. Justin, what's it like being the principal now instead of an assistant principal?
It's been really well. Been a good transition for me to go from Avery Middle to Cranberry Middle, a couple miles down the road. But it's been a great year so far. Staff's been very welcoming. Students have been great, and it's a great community to be a part of. So,
moving from that assistant principal's desk to principal's desk, what's been the biggest challenge for you?
As assistant principal, there's always someone else that you can defer to. But as principal, you're kind of the last person, but you've been a great support. County office has been a great support in transitioning there. But that's been the biggest change for me. When someone asks a question, there's no one really, there's people to consult with, but you're the ultimate decision maker. So that's been the biggest transition for me.
The buck stops there.
Yeah, I guess
right?
so, for lack of a better term. There you go.
And I will say, even on air, you've done a really, really good job, and we appreciate your work at Cranberry. It's a great community,
it is.
wonderful school, and some of the best teachers and staff you'll find anywhere.
And I will agree 100% with that.
Now, Justin, you're doing something with two things we want to talk about. One is the initiative that you and your staff are taking on to be an innovative STEM middle school. So
yes, sir.
Talk to us a little bit about that. What does that mean?
Partnering with our STEM director, Kim Davis, who was a past principal at Cranberry many years ago. Our school has kind of taken a new focus. We've had Project Lead the Way, which is a new class that we've started this year, and our kids have really taken to that concept in the engineering and design process. So working with Kim and other schools in the state, we are applying to be a STEM model school for the state, which means it's been a very big application process. It's been about 60 hours of work. We've been working in teams writing towards the application, working in small groups, and then finally submitted April 1st. But it just looks as the whole group picture and looks at, are we preparing students for the workforce and development? What kind of questioning and answering are we providing for students, and being connected to the STEM network, which ASU's done a great job of partnering and Lee's McRae with us. So we're in the second stages of now. We'll do a school visit with the team, and then we'll be referred, and then if not accepted, we could always do it again next year, which it's been a good focus for us to have a clear vision and set path for us. We're an A+ school, so we're a STEAM school if we're anything, but STEM focused, absolutely. So we should hear back in June whether or not we're accepted or not.
You mentioned a couple of acronyms, STEM and STEAM.
Yes.
Talk to our listening audience about what that means.
Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. But as an A+ school, we're an arts integrated school. So we are a STEAM school to add the arts into that concept, which it's a concept kind of taken up. It's a buzzword nationwide, but or an acronym. But being a STEAM school, we would blend science, technology, as well as the arts to keep our arts focus.
Now, what does the arts integration look like at Cranberry Middle? What separates you from just a regular everyday middle school when you put the A+ component on there? The Keenan Fellows and A+ initiative back in the 90s. Cranberry was initiated in 2003. Banner Elk Elementary was a pilot school for the county, but as an A+ school, we're kind of connected in a network. We meet 3 times a year with schools across the state to talk about how are we integrating the arts, the multiple intelligences in the classrooms. It's more than just going to art class and music class. How are we bringing that into the classroom to let all students have different varieties and avenues of learning and reaching the whole child, which is a huge middle school concept. So as an A+ school, we apply for grants. We have artists in residence who come in and work with our teachers and staff, and it kind of gives us just a connection and a network in the state to keep us always focused on arts integration. Now, you mentioned Project Lead the Way and the
Yes, sir.
pre-engineering class that's being taught at Cranberry Middle. Talk to our folks about what that looks like, what's going on, and why that's so exciting at the middle school level.
We have Miss Arlene Foster, who is originally at the high school, but she is teaching Project Lead the Way at our school and is doing an amazing job. We kind of pinpointed select students this year as our as our pilot initial year who are looking in the engineering field, working in that science field, but they've been working on a huge roller coaster project this quarter, and looking at the design process and problem solving and using science and hands-on inquiry-based learning to target problems, work through problems, and solve the problem. So it's been a very big initiative. Our kids are getting really excited. It's the second step to the new robotics program that we've started in the 5th grade. So next year our hope is to look at those students in 5th grade who are very active in the robotics program and bump that up and start the Project Lead the Way courses. So that's been a really good initiative. We have about right at 45 students in our school who are participating. Right. So next year we hope to boost that up and have a couple more sections of that to offer to our students as an elective class.
Now, Justin, you mentioned hands-on integrated approach. How does that differ from mine and your mom and dad's science class, or even my science class?
Rather than just the sit and get approach and the lecture approach, which works for some students, and we balance that with inquiry base. All of our classrooms, when you come by, you're going to see students working in cooperative groups. You're going to see students looking at a problem and working together in the groups to design and model and collaborate together. So inquiry-based, we do a lot of labs in science class. We do a lot of project-based learning and simulations in our language arts classes, as well as our social studies classes. And then we do a lot of collaborating as a team. We are a middle school, so we operate in teams. Right. So we do a lot of cross-curricular activities, which might be a topic, like for example, the Renaissance Project in 7th grade, or we're doing the Mountains Project right now in 6th grade, where students are reading about mountain ranges, a book called Peak in language arts. They are in science and social studies doing research. They're looking at altitude, looking at different scenarios. And then in math class, they're doing scale drawings of a mountain range that they've been researching and blowing that up and looking at scale and ratios and things like that. So just whole integrated, everyone's on the same concept, so it connects and makes real world connections through each class for the students.
Just so our audience will know, we do that at Avery Middle School also.
Yes, sir.
So
yes.
Both of our middle schools have the opportunity to be part of Project Lead the Way.
Absolutely.
Now, something that you've kind of taken on for the last few years, our Shining Stars program, and
yes.
I personally appreciate your leadership in that, but this is year 3?
Year 3.
Of Shining Stars. And talk to us a little bit about what Shining Stars is, first of all.
Okay. Prior to Shining Stars, we had extraordinary players in our school system, and that kind of dissolved when Miss Laurie retired. But it allowed students to have an avenue to shine. And so we wanted to look at how we can get that system-wide. So each school has talent shows or Shining Stars Night at each school, and from that certain acts are selected to come, and it's a whole showcase at the end of the year. So we have about 30 acts who will be coming to us. We have an elementary section, we have a middle school and high school section, but we try to get class acts involved, and we get individual acts and a variety show, which it's been a very beneficial and productive night for our county because it brings well over 500 plus people into our gymnasium to watch Showcase of Talent with our students, and kids are excited about it. It's a conversation piece starting year long. I know in middle school we have TAG, Teacher Advisory Group, and we have tag dances, and it's a kind of a friendly competition that happens all year long, and the winning tag dance represents us at Shining Stars. So it's kids are excited, staff are excited, and it brings the community together, and that's the most important thing I feel like a Shining Stars does.
Now, I think last year the faculty tag dance at Avery Middle performed for us, isn't that right?
Well, they performed at the school, yeah, and then they had a showcase. They helped with the Shining Stars too.
That's what I'm saying. Now, they performed a little bit there at the Shining Stars.
They did, and they incorporated. It was great. It was good, and we're doing that this year at Cranberry. So practice is underway. We're not telling the students today because we're afraid some people might run away and hide. But kids, even the kids who are reluctant to participate in some capacity. But our teachers are on board at both schools, and it's a nice way just to show the kids that we like to have a little bit of fun as well. So
date of that, May 21st.
May 21st.
5:30.
Elementary.
Avery High School gym.
Yes.
Elementary at 5:30, a little intermission, and then probably 6:30, 7 o'clock, high school, middle school. What kind of acts could someone anticipate seeing there if they were to come out to the Shining Stars?
In years past, we've had dancers, we had tumblers, we had class acts. We had a whole band from the high school perform last year. Had some hula hoopers in the past.
I like the hula hoopers.
We had students playing guitar. We had a whole flute ensemble last year. And then this year, just looking ahead, we're hoping to have very similar acts, but some variety. Always, we've also had someone who drew. You know,
I remember that.
Drew
That
the
was
dragon
yeah,
to
that
music.
was really good.
We have a couple people who are auditioning to be magicians and comedy acts this year. So hopefully we'll have a whole variety to offer to the community and just showcase the great talent we have in Avery County Schools.
And we do have some really good talent.
We do, absolutely.
So 2 things we can promise you. If you come out, you will see a great performance, and I will guarantee that I won't be singing. So you won't suffer
You were
through that.
dancing last year on a face.
Yeah, that was dancing. We won't hope not to do that this year.
Exactly.
So, well, Mr. Carver, thank
Thank
you.
you.
We appreciate your hard work
Thank you.
for making a difference for our students.
Thank you so much.
With spring showers in the forecast, now's the best time to buy a new set of tires from Avery Tire Pros in Newland. From April 13th through May 10th, get a $70 reward card after submission when you buy any set of 4 new Michelin passenger or light truck tires. At Tire Pros, everything rotates around you. So get peace of mind and sunny skies by visiting your locally owned Avery Tire Pros in Newland or online at averytirepros.com.